Jó reggelt kívánok. Good morning. My name is Charles Wassen. I'm the General Manager, CEO of Dana in Hungary. I would like to welcome you in this Recruit Tech Blue conference in Hungary to speak about HR. And especially here, my presentation will focus on the role of HR in order to support the CEO and to support the different business processes. So that's my target for today. We have been very recognized by the Confederation of HR to receive the award of top employer this year. And this is a major achievement, which is somewhere reflecting the work we are doing in Hungary. So I'm French, double French and Dutch, having an international experience working in France, in Germany, in Slovakia, and now since 7 years in Hungary. Our company, Dana, is now present 15 years in Hungary. It's a new facility which started 15 years ago, so pretty young and very motivated and engaged. We have today 4 facilities, and this is creating the major challenges for HR to work with 4 different entities and to achieve all the challenges in each of them. So that's my target for today, and let's go to the different slides in order to present you where we are. So a lot of change in the market are happening, and 2020 is probably a major part of that. So we had the COVID situation on top of all the business situations where in the month of April, we had to lay off or to remove a lot of people. And at the same time, a few months later, in the months of August or September, we had to recruit again even more people than the one we get off. So HR have been living during this time the 2 major challenges: first, to reduce headcount, and the second, a challenge a few months later to increase the headcount. So this different market situation is for sure exceptional. On top of that, we have growing business in our 4 facilities with different type of products, with different type of expectation, with different type of shift model. So this is a very high challenge we are posing to our HR. Flexible attitude and quick reaction, for sure, this is what I mentioned here. Our target is to constantly remain competitive. We need to remain at the head of the market, at the head of the competition, and also to provide the best possible people at the best possible retribution possible in order to recognize the people and to provide the right productivity by having the right competency in every field. Our culture in Dana is an American culture, but for sure we're translated to the Hungarian mode here. And for us, it's very important to adjust to all the different expectations we do have here. And for sure to use all the competency, all the technical knowledge, all the different strengths that the Hungarian people are having that we're able to recognize into our plans. Integrating also new people, integrating new talents, integrating students. So all the different models which are existing in Hungary are for sure very widely used in the whole Dana organization. So actually, inside of Dana, HR is involved in every single process from the start, because every single process is involving people. And as soon as we involve people, we need to have the right people at the right time, at the right place. And this is where I see the major approach of the HR department we're having in Dana. So booming economy, also decreasing economy, like I told you earlier with COVID, but actually we are more in a booming economy where our 4 plants are together reaching the 1,000 employee bar and becoming pretty reasonably present with a lot of competency. I can say in every single competency, you can probably find a work. Very much supported by electrification. So you see it in our logo. Electrification is one of the major challenges of Dana, and all the different departments, all the different factories are going to move towards electrification. For that reason, it's very important to have the right talents joining from the beginning and able to work with this digitalization. We have also partnering with different companies, with different competency, with different Dana company within Europe, within the world, to make sure that we have always the right synergy. Most of the time, we also share the best practice. When I joined Dana 7 years ago, it was clear that we had foreigners, we had French guys, we had Italian guys, Belgian guys, Germans coming here to help this year we have been achieving that we are sending people outside of Hungary to help the different countries. So we have been able to turn around in a few years this model. And this is only due to the high level of employees that we are recruiting in our company. So how the model is working inside of our facilities in Hungary or in Europe. Every plant, and we have 4 plants, every plant, plant 1, has one HR manager. This HR manager is a business partner of the plant manager and part of the staff of the plant. Plant manager 2 with his HR manager, the 3 with his HR manager, and the 4 with his HR manager. So every structure has a business partner in HR, which is a person which is acting within the leadership team like a small HR manager and ensures that this guy is a partner for each plant manager. We are for sure a country organization, so I'm one of the plant managers, but also the country lead. We have a country HR manager, which is going over, I would say, functionally about each of the HR managers. After we come to the mode, which is a shared service. So what's very interesting to see within the Dana organization that all the processes are shared between the plants. So even though the plants are very different, the shift models are different, some are working in distribution, some are working in 4-shift model with machining, some are working with assembly, some have more men, some have more women. So we see all the diversification in our organization, but the shared service are present. So we are here, one shared service leader for sure. We are managing the payroll, the blue-collar recruiting, which is common. So the blue-collar are recruited in common session between the plants and after distributed between our different facilities. Communication very obviously is also common. Training and development, even though each plant is different, we have common training plans. We have an opportunity for the people to turn between the different facilities. And we have also a talent development system. So every person is included into a program where he can promote, he can progress. And with that, we can ensure also the different engagements of 4 persons. AHS, it's perhaps not classic for every HR, but for us, it's a full part of HR. So that means all the environment, health and safety and security are part of HR. It's our top priority in Dana, so we should ensure that every of our employee is joining the factory in the morning and leaving the factory in the evening, at least in the same health stage as when you join. So this is extremely important. This is a business priority for us, and this is for sure displayed by HR, even more in this COVID period actually, where this is even more critical because it's not only simple personal protection, but you need to protect others, you need to protect the whole environment. So that's the reason it is so important for us. So overall, very important, and a key of our success is one shared service between the plants, ensuring a really continuity and a culture across the plant. So if an employee is joining Dana, he's going to join this culture, and this is what he's going to join. Very clear. We have been discussing with all the different plant managers and the CEO what we expect. I come back to the shared service you see here on the top right, the synergy. One place we can easily move between the location. Resource balancing, it was extremely important during launch period, but I would say also during COVID period, to ensure that if one plant has more work, he can get help by the others. If one plant has less work, he can ensure that the people are employed at the other one. So this resource balancing was extremely important for us during the COVID period in order to flex our resources to the max, but also during launch period where we can ensure that temporarily we can have some different experts in one plant and after moving them between the plants. Centralized processes for sure help the cost. So one of the topic which is probably not going to mention here, but the cost of the HR function. This shared service is allowing us to optimize very clearly the cost of the function. So a high service with a lower cost of the function, this helps also significantly. Communication and employee branding, not every plant can communicate by themselves what they're going to do. It's something that is shared, that is harmonized, and is allowing to us when we communicate around the world, everybody knows what we speak about there. With also different type of platform, is it LinkedIn, is it Facebook, is it so on? So we are very present on Facebook to ensure, because when we speak about blue collar, Facebook is probably the main platform where people are watching. So that's the reason we pay a great deal of attention to ensure to make visible what our culture is inside of these elements. Continuous support, I will mention here very simply. all the plants are supporting each other. We call that the one data approach or the one data culture. So we are all part of one model. And there is no, this is my work, this is not your work, this is our common work. We work as a team and we all achieve it together. One day one will help more, and another day another one is going to help. For me, and let's come to the core of the presentation here, the HR business partner, the HR managers are the right hand of the CEO. If I need to understand what's going on inside of my organization, for sure I can gather feedback, but the HR people are the ones which are the most direct, interacting with everybody, getting the feedback and ensuring that we have a continuity, that any problem which is highlighted within the organization will be immediately reported to me or to the different plant manager. A sort of consultant role, a sort of mirror when we have to take decisions. It's very clear that very often I speak with my HR business partner in the morning. We discuss what should we do today? How do you see that? How do you see that? So this mirror role and this right-hand role is for me very clearly in the hands of HR. And it is so strongly impregnated by us. That's probably one of the main reasons why we have been awarded this top employer role, where we really give a high importance to our HR department. You see here also interaction between all these elements. So for sure, we are going to play some moments. The link between the employees is so more important. Some moments the decision is more important. So all that is a very interactive model, very flexible. And again, the strengths of the 4 plants we have are showing that we can move between the plants. Some plants are different expectations. So at some moments, the role of HR in one plant will be different than the role in HR in another plant. So that's the reason we are a very strong HR business partner in each plant, and the shared service is working as a sort of back office to support also HR business partners. How does that work in real life? So in real life, I come back to my introduction. Every day is bringing us a new challenge. I feel like when I come the morning in the plant, I say, I was thinking this night. We say, Charles, we should stop thinking because we have too many ideas where I don't have enough time to follow all of them. But the challenges are brought by the environment. And 2020 is probably the biggest year where you can see all the challenges that the life has been bringing to us, and we're still not over it. We are still in the middle of deciding what we need to do every day. We need to take hard decisions and also very quick decisions. We don't have time. The theories say you need to have all the type of information to drive a decision. Most of the time, you don't have all information. You need to take decisions. And when I take a decision, very clearly, I work with my leadership team, but very clearly, a one-to-one discussion with the HR business partner is the key to support a decision, because he's the one which is understanding, besides the business impact, how the people are going to react. And it's not a small word. For us, the people are the most important. The people are going to make it. To empower the people is the most important. So that's the reason we need constantly ahead of that. New regulatory environments are constantly coming. We are actually in a mode where we are constantly checking what the regulations are. You are all in Hungary. How does work the flex model? How you can use banked hours? How can you pay people which are not working? How you can hold a vacation? How you can ensure that the vacations will be taken properly? So this is really, really a daily challenge where we need to stay within the legal borders, but not only the legal borders. We need to stay within the borders which are allowing our employee to give the best of what they can every day. HR is really, for me, the capital which is ensuring that we have the right people and that these people are constantly engaged, these people are supporting our decision, understanding our decision, and ensuring that we're going to onwards. And I would like to finish on these elements of safety first. The bottom right, we stay clear that the safety is the first element, and this is not, it's a very good reason why I give that to HR, because I consider HR is the player in that. Safety is really the elements that we need to gather, especially in this COVID environment, but in all the environment, safety is always at the top. So HR is my business partner to ensure that we're able to have the right people and we are going to be competitive and to grow our business, like I told you at the beginning. So that's what I see from HR to support me in my daily job. I would like to wish you a really very successful day, very successful presentation. and ensure to provide the right support to all the CEOs you have, because they need that. In this difficult period, as in any period which is creating a new challenge, it's your presence is the most important. So thank you all and wish you a good day.